Hi, everybody. Hey. Hi, everyone. Hi, hi. Um, Thank you so much for joining. Thanks for tuning in. Hi, Suzanne. Thanks for joining. Thank you so much. Um, yeah. So, thanks, everyone. Thanks for joining. Please drop in the comments where you're joining us from so we can get to know you. Hi, Suzanne. Thanks so much for joining. Please let us know where you're joining from. All right. Wow. Thank you so much, Suzanne. Right. So, hi everyone. Tell us where you're joining from. We're still here waiting to hear where you're joining us live from. And thanks, Susan from India. Nice, nice, nice to have you here. All right. So we'll just quickly get started, and our guest is already waiting, and I'm sure she has a lot to unpack for us. Right. So, welcome to today's live webinar on the psychology of persuasion, right? So, writing emails that get instant action. Because, I mean, what's the purpose of writing an email when it doesn't get action, right? When it doesn't get acted on. So, we're going to learn what actually triggers, what actually makes up, what it takes to write a high converting email, right? So I am Justina Anya, and the co-founder of Value. I'm so glad to have you all here today. So you can use drop your comments in the comment section. If you have questions or your aha moments, please do well to drop them in the comment section as well. We'll be glad to attend to them during the Q&A session, right? So a little more about me. I've spent the last few years helping businesses use email marketing more effectively to drive business growth, boost conversion, and as well as ROI. Today, and that's why we've built Value Mail to make email marketing automation easy and powerful for businesses. So, in today's webinar, what you'll be expecting is one, you're going to learn the psychology behind emails that convert, right? We'll walk away with the tips that you can use instantly, right? No flop. So, and also, lastly, you'll be getting, if you stay to the end of this webinar, you'll be getting you'll be getting some freebies as well as free bonuses. So, would see you at the end of the webinar. We'll tell you how to get these um, resources for free. So, Preet, over to you.
Thank you, Justina, for having me. I am super excited to be here today and talk all about everything that I know about the psychology of persuasion and how to write those highly effective emails that drive action. So, thank you, Justina, so much, and I'm super excited to meet each and every one today and like host the session and also answer everything, any questions that you have towards the end. All
Thank
right.
you so much. Please, before you go right into it, I need to do a proper introduction for you.
Yes, please.
Sorry, skip that. Yeah. So we're going to be talking about our incredible guest, Preet. So Preet is a launch marketing expert, sales copywriter, and an art specialist who has helped 6 to 7 figure entrepreneurs grow their brands with psychology-based marketing. She's the founder and CEO of Critical Marketing, and her work has been featured in Mentors Collective and other publications. So she's passionate about helping women amplify their voices and build profitable, values-aligned businesses. So today she's going to help us understand how to write emails that actually drive action. So we are super excited to have you on board. So the floor is all yours. And yeah,
Thank you for that warm intro. Really appreciate it. And if anybody wants to look up, it's Preetcorn Marketing on Instagram. You can hit a follow and stay connected with my content. And with that, I will go ahead and begin the screen sharing. All right. All right. Okay. Can you see my screen?
not yet.
Okay. Uh, Not yet.
No, not yet.
Okay, I will try the sharing once again. Just give me a second. How about now?
I still can't see your screen.
You still can't see my screen?
Nope.
Okay. How about now? Can you see now? Justina, can you see my screen now? Justina, I think you're frozen. Can you see my screen now? Okay, Suzanne says no. Okay, just let me try once more. Okay, how about now, Suzanne? Can you see my screen? So I have a presentation deck open. Are you able to? Okay, not yet. That's weird. Okay, how about now? No, I'm not sharing via Zoom. I'm sharing via StreamYard. And I'm able to see here that my screen is shared. It's just weird that nobody is able to see it. I am so sorry. I'm just trying once again because to me it shows that my screen is shared. So it's super weird that nobody is able to see. Can you try switching the tab or anything? Maybe there's like on one screen, maybe my face is open, and on the other screen, the screen is open.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Hi, Christina. We are facing, yes, I can hear you. We are facing some issues with the screen share. I've tried a few times right now. Can you check if you're able to see now?
No, I can't see. Okay.
You can't see?
Yeah, I can see it now.
You can see it now?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So,
I
are you
dropped off
able?
earlier. I had experienced some network issues, but sorted out now. Sorry about that.
Okay, cool. So, are you able to see the deck now, the one that I'm presenting?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, awesome. So I'll begin the session. Everyone, thank you so much for your patience. I really appreciate it. I think, Justina, you dropped off, and that's why I was not able to share. Maybe like it was important for you to be on the session for me to share. Um, Anyway, so both of you us are here now, and let's begin. I'm super excited for this topic because it's something that I do so much in and out for my clients, for myself, like the psychology of persuasion. The reason that Justina and I chose this topic is because it is crucial to any kind of marketing, not just to email marketing, not just to social media marketing, but to any kind of marketing. So if you understand the psychology of persuasion, basically what makes someone buy, you can implement it anywhere across any channel that you are trying to market on. And for the sake of this session, we are going to understand how you can implement the psychology of persuasion for your email marketing and how to ensure that you're sending emails that get action. Okay, all right. So, a little bit about me. I'm an internationally recognized marketing expert, a sales copywriter. I combine bold strategy with psychology driven copywriting to help different kinds of businesses launch and scale. Email marketing actually plays a huge role in any of the marketing efforts that I do for my clients. So, that's why it's so important to learn the whys, the hows, and everything around email marketing if you want to be a successful business owner. Okay. Uh, Moving ahead. All right. I wanted to address this right away. Are emails dead? I know that a lot of you would be, a lot of us have this perception now, especially in 2025, that email marketing is dead Probably, like, maybe nobody's reading the emails because there's so much going on social media. Like, there is so much chasing trends, and there's just so much distraction on social media that people are left wondering if emails are dead or if email marketing is still working. So for that, I wanted to quickly show you a few stats. Now, social media trends change every month. So, whether we are chasing virality or we're just there on the platform for awareness, we know that social media, if you've ever used social media for your business, everyone is kind of like, on the same boat right now. Social media trends change every month. So, you're always at the mercy of the algorithm to get in front of your audiences. Okay. Social media is rented property, so you actually don't own anything on social media. You don't own your Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, for that matter. You don't own anything on social media, and like, the algorithm can change any minute and you can be kicked off the platform. Like, that's, I mean, sorry to say that, but that's the sad reality. Your account can be banned. You can lose your followers because you don't own any of that. So now I quickly wanted to show you some stats around emails. The average person opens their emails 10 times a day. Yeah, 10 times. Like, some users have reported, like, around 30 to 40% of users report opening their emails like 15 to 20 times a day, which is huge. 86% of customers have reported that they want to hear from businesses they appreciate. And 60% of those have listed email as their preferred method. So that means the good news for you is people want to listen from you as a business owner, people want to listen from your business, and they want to listen from your business on their emails. They love checking out their emails if you have something valuable to share with them. Otherwise, it's just, in a world where there's so much spammy stuff going on, so much distraction going on, it's very easy for people to just block you, to unsubscribe, to put your email, never open your emails, basically, right? But the good news is that people do want to hear. This is like proven data. This is statistically seen through surveys, that people do want to hear from businesses that they love and appreciate, and they do want to hear from them through emails. And plus, they open their emails 10 to 15 times a day. So why would you not want to use that, such an important marketing channel, to your advantage, where your customer is literally hanging out every day? And coming to the most important point of all of that is that email marketing, if in a world where ad costs are becoming higher and higher, like, if you've ever run ads for your business, you know that compared to 2019 and then the COVID era to now, the ad costs have like drastically increased. So, like, you have to be mindful of the costs when you're running any kinds of ads, whether it's Meta ads or TikTok ads, and LinkedIn ads, even, for that matter. Ad costs are getting higher and higher with each passing year. But the good news again is that email marketing has been reported over the years, over the decades, to be reporting an ROI of $70 for every $1 spent. $70 ROI for every $1 spent. That's insane. And that's actually the maximum out of all the marketing channels. The ROI from email marketing is the maximum from all the marketing channels, where it beats social media posts, it beats social media ads. So, why would you then, when you know it's the most profitable, why would you then not want to use email marketing to your advantage? Okay. And actually, I wanted to mention here that email marketing is basically free. Like, just for Meta ads or for TikTok ads, you are still paying to the platform. It is basically free to send emails. Now, there are a lot of tools that are there in the market which you can use to send emails for free. And even if you're paying for the tool, you just need one sale at max. If you're selling something low ticket, you need just one sale at max to cover up the cost of your email marketing platform, right? So it's basically free to send emails. It's the most profitable, and it's basically free to send emails. And now let's look at some results that we have gotten from email marketing. 60% of the revenue in one of my clients' launch came from email marketing. We had a launch. It was the first ever launch, and there were 17 new customers that came in from that launch in 3 weeks. 11 out of them were from emails. Like they'd been reading our emails, they'd been engaging with the emails, they'd been asking us questions, and that's when they ended up buying. So 11 out of them did come from emails, which is more than 60% of the revenue. 80% people who bought a high ticket program in one of our clients' launches, it was a high ticket, like it was ranged at, say, close to $1,000. It was a high ticket program. And 80% of that revenue in that particular launch, 80% of people who bought were part of the email list for years. Okay, so they had been engaging with the content, they'd been reading our emails, they'd been part of our community, they'd been waiting and expecting to hear from us. They were basically part of our world for a few years before they decided to invest. Okay, so you can see that email marketing is a long term game for sure. I would not set your expectations wrong over here that, hey, you just send one email and then you make 10 sales. No, that's not how it works. That's not basically how anything works for that matter. Right? Whether you've ever run ads or you've tried to go viral on social media, or you're trying email marketing right now. Nothing works instantly, but it is a long term game, and if you keep your audience engaged over a long period of time, or even like the sales cycle can vary. Sometimes it's 3 months, sometimes it's 6 months, sometimes it's more than a year. Okay, so the sales cycle can really vary based on what you're selling and who's your target market and who's your target audience. But it's guaranteed that if people are part of your email list, they are eventually going to be your paid customers. There's no doubt about that. Okay. So now that we have established that emails are the way to go if you're trying to grow your business, you cannot ignore email marketing. Then how do you make emails work for you? So how do you write emails that don't just get opened, but they get instant action? Right? So we are looking at getting our emails open as well as getting engagement and action and the actual conversions from our emails, right? And that's what we are going to look at inside this webinar. And I am super excited. Are you ready for everything, for all the value bombs that I'm going to throw at you in the next half an hour? I'm super excited. So let's dive straight in. All right. So, understanding biopsychology, as I had explained in the beginning of this session, that anything in marketing, understanding the biopsychology, whether you're doing anything or XYZ or anything in marketing, you need to understand biopsychology. That's the most foundational, the most fundamental thing. Okay, so right now in the next 15 minutes, I'm going to take you through what it takes for someone to buy from you. What do they need to feel in order to buy from you, right? So why will someone buy from you? Basically, at a high level, they need to feel these 5 emotions. One or more of these, actually not one, they actually need to feel kind of all of these 5 emotions if they want to buy anything from you. And while I'm taking you through these 5 emotions, you can also think of when was the last time you took a buying decision and what made you take that, right? They need to feel excited about you, your company, your brand, your offer. They need to feel connected with you at some level. So, have you established that connection with them? They need to feel connected with you. They need to feel safe in giving their money to you because they are giving them money. It's for someone to even take out like $7 from their pocket needs some level of trust. So, are they feeling safe in doing that? They need to feel empowered. That means they need to feel that if they're buying from you, they are going to solve some or more of their pressing pain points or problems. Something is there in their world that's hurting them right now, and they need to feel empowered that yes, they are going to be able to solve that problem when they buy from you. And then the last thing is they need to feel committed, because they can feel excited and connected and safe and empowered, but if they don't feel committed enough to invest in you, They are never going to take a call. They're just going to keep delaying their decision. So we want all of these five emotions to be working so beautifully in a unison that your customer just says a big, loud yes to you. Okay? So, how do we make sure that your target audience, your target customer, is feeling all of these five emotions when they buy from you, when they're reading your emails, when you're having any kind of conversation with them over emails? How do we make sure that they are feeling all of these emotions? How do you take them from knowing a little bit about you to feeling safe, committed, and excited to buy from you? So, I have these. I have boiled down these 12 psychological triggers that you need to hit. Okay, like your your audience has this beautiful heart where they have, and they have a mind. So they have a heart and a mind, and they are either, very emotional about something, or they are thinking very logically. But then somewhere in your marketing you have to hit these 12 psychological triggers at different points in your marketing, so that they start feeling these five emotions for you and for your brand. No matter whether you're selling a product or a service, or you're an agency owner, or you're a coach, or you're like a e-commerce owner, it does not matter. What matters is that you make them feel these five emotions. So 12 psychological triggers, and we are going to cover each of that in detail in just a second. And that's part of your entire customer journey. What needs to happen between doors open? So you've opened the doors for your offer. What does doors open mean? That means you've opened the doors for your offer or whatever you're launching, and then you're closing the doors. So what needs to happen between doors open and doors close phase, so that your customer feels excited and safe and committed and empowered and excited to invest in you? Okay, so moving ahead, psychological trigger number one, tease what's coming. So, the number one thing that you would do is create that excitement, create that anticipation for what's coming, right? So this you can do through trailers, through teasers, through sneak peeks, through showing them behind the scenes of what is happening. Basically, what is the psychological trigger over here? So what you're going to do is you're going to tease what's coming. What's the psychological trigger behind it? Is it creates anticipation. It creates anticipation. They start feeling, oh, something is coming. I want to know what's coming. So when you do it two, three times, four, five times over a week, then they really start taking interest, and they really want to find out. They become curious and they want to find out what's coming. And that's the first thing that you're going to do if you're launching anything, or if you're like introducing anything to your audience. So that's psychological trigger number one. Trigger number two, make the big announcement. So once you've teased your product and you've shown sneak peeks, now your audience is already interested in knowing, okay, now finally tell me what's coming. So now you're going to make the big announcement that, hey, we are launching so and so, whether you're a beauty brand or a pet care brand or anything, you're launching something. And then you finally make the big announcement, and you make a big deal out of it. You create hype around it and really make them excited about it. So what does this do? The psychological trigger here is, again, it creates excitement and it creates FOMO. It creates the fear of missing out, because people are like, oh, I think something really exciting is happening, I want to know what it is. So it creates excitement and it creates FOMO, both of which are very important for your marketing. Okay, psychological number trigger number three is connection. And how do you create connection? You create connection by telling stories. So tell a relatable story. So it really doesn't matter what kind of business you are. You need to tell some relatable stories. Nowadays, you will see that so many, like, brands have emerged in the market whose founders will always tell their stories. Like recently, I read the story of this person from Dubai. She was a woman, and I read the story about kunafa chocolates actually. So I don't know if you've heard about kunafa chocolates, but it's going viral on Instagram right now. And I don't think the chocolate has anything that's really crazy or anything. It's just pista, dark chocolate. But the reason it went viral is because of the founder's story. Okay, so the story of the founder was that she was pregnant and she was craving for something really nice and really healthy and really chocolatey. And what she did is that during her pregnancy, she, created this formula of this particular chocolate, which is the Kunafa chocolate now. And she started having it on her own, and then she started selling it as well. And she now has built this, multi-million dollar brand around just Kunafa chocolates, which have, gone viral worldwide, literally. Why people why so many people were so excited to buy? Because they had read the founder story, or they had heard the founder story from somewhere, and they were like, oh wow, I mean, I want to try what this lady had created, right? So I mean, it could have been like a regular chocolate, like any other chocolate in the market, but it became exclusive. It became the center of of such a beautiful story, which people related with, and that's the reason the brand got so much traction. So people found a relatable story over there. They felt connection because the founder decided to tell her story. Okay, so that's why you need to tell stories, because your customer needs to feel a connection with you no matter what you're selling. Okay, so that's psychological trigger number 3: create connection with your audience. And if you have any questions so far, you can feel free to drop it in the chat box, and we will come back to it towards the end of this session. Okay, so moving on, psychological trigger number 4 is you state clear benefits of your product or offering. So, what is in it for them? That's what you have to show them. Because you can go on and on and on talking about your product and its features and anything that you're proud of about that product. But if you don't tell them what is in it for them, how their life is going to, be super luxury or super cool, how they're going to look so cool and wearing that t-shirt that you're offering or anything, that's the benefit that you would show them. So you're not talking about your t-shirt all the time or the fabric, but you're talking about how it's going to make them feel, or how it's going to make them, they're just going to look super cool in their gang of friends, right? So you're going to show some clear benefits of what is in it for them. Why should they bother, right? So that's very important. Don't just talk about the features of your product, talk about the benefits. Think about it from their perspective and what is in it for them. Okay, and that's when they will start taking interest. So that's your psychological trigger number 4. Moving on, trigger number 5: crystal ball. Okay, this is one of my favorites, and I'm going to quickly highlight this in a bit. But I hope that you're enjoying the session. And psychological triggers is something that I really find very interesting, because there's so much room to experiment and play around with. And also, when I look at other campaigns of other people, then I always like try to see how they are implementing this in their marketing. So it's just so good to observe those things. So now I think you'll also be able to observe these when you're going, you're seeing other people's ads or campaigns or emails or whatever. So moving on, psychological trigger number 5 is crystal ball. Crystal ball, you can imagine as, this say fortune teller holding this crystal ball in her hand and like really telling your future. So that's what you have to do with your audience. So you're the fortune teller, and you're going to basically help them visualize how their new reality can look like. Okay, because unless they're able to visualize their new reality, they will not be able to see what actually your product or your offering can do for them. Okay, so help them visualize how 6 months down the lane, or maybe 1 month down the lane, how will their life change. If you're selling like a coaching program, you can say that, hey, in 3 months you could be securing a top job at a top MNC because you went through our program. Or if you're selling like a beauty product, a skincare product, you can say that, hey, imagine that 1 month later you don't have to worry about your pressing acne and your which hurts every single day. You don't have to worry about that. You can just go about your day. You don't have to worry about dust and sun and everything, because you decided to invest in our product, right? So you need to show them how their new reality is going to look like when they invest in your product. Okay. um, and moving on, psychological trigger number 6 is authority amplifier. So, what does this mean? You need to make them believe that you can help them, that you're the right person to help them. So, you can show your social proof, your testimonials, your client reviews, your awards, your recognition, your years of experience, all of those things. Anything that basically you can tell them about you or your client stories that will help them um, believe in you. That's your authority, right? Psychological trigger number 7, validate their fears or beliefs. This is super important. This is also one of my favorites because a lot of time your audience, your target customer will have these false beliefs which are really stopping them from taking action, or these fears that are stopping them from taking action. And if you can validate those beliefs or fears and make them feel a little less alone, they will be more likely to trust you. And they'll be like, okay, she gets me or he gets me. I think I can trust him. He's saying exactly what I'm feeling. Okay. So validating their fears, validating their beliefs is extremely important to make them feel a little less alone and to connect with them on a more human level. Psychological trigger number 8, social proof. So when you show your social proof, by social proof I mean client testimonials, reviews, screenshots, all of these, good things that your clients or your customers have said about you. um, if you're able to show them the social proof, then that empowers them to feel that, oh, these people have achieved these great results for themselves, maybe I can do it too. So let me try this product, right? So social proof plays such an important role when you want to convince your customers that your product is the right fit for them, right? Psychological trigger number 9 is objection handling. So, what objection do they have in their mind before investing in you? Maybe they think that it's too expensive, or maybe they think, oh, I don't have time for this, or maybe they have XYZ, any other objection. Maybe they think, I don't know. I have I have invested in such products before, but it hasn't worked for me. Maybe you're running like a fitness program, and your audience is thinking that, hey, I have invested in gym memberships. It hasn't worked for me. What are you doing differently? Why will this work for me? So you need to identify what objections they have in their mind, and then really go deeper into how to handle those objections, right? So if you can handle those top objections for them, it'll make the decision so much more easy for them, right? Psychological trigger number 10 is answer their questions. So they might have like tens of questions before investing. And especially if you're selling something that's a little high price, they'll have a lot of questions. So, okay, how much time commitment do I need? Okay, how much can I pay in investments? Can I do an EMI? Can I have payment plans? Stuff like that. They may even have more questions about, okay, if I need more support, will you be able to help me? So they might have like tons of questions, right? And so identifying what questions your audience is having and then answering those very clearly, very concisely, also helps to bring a lot of clarity in their minds and helps them take the decision faster. And your role, your job at this stage is literally, when you've done like these things properly, right? Like all of these, like point one to this one, and then this one, and then this one. When you've done this like 1 to 7 properly, or say 1 to 8 properly, then your job then mainly is just to help them take the decision faster, because you've already taken them through this journey. You've already connected with them. You've already told them stories, you've shown them benefits, you've shown them what their life can look like, you've made them feel a little less alone. You've also shown them why they should trust you. So you've shown all of those things to them. Now your job mainly is to basically help them take the decision faster, get over their objections, answer their questions, jump off the fence, take the decision, right? So that's why point 10 is, of course, answer their questions. 11, load value versus price. So of course they need to feel that okay, they are getting, because everybody usually wants to get a lot of value for a fraction of the price. And so you want to show them that hey, there is so much that we are giving you, and this is the price for it, right? So you have to load value. You have to show them, and you have to make them feel that oh wow, there's so much for me, and that's all that I'm paying for this, right? So load value. And then the last one is urgency, last call, basically making them committed to act now, right now, take the decision, not wait. Because if you don't have any urgency, then they are just never going to act. They're just always going to feel that oh, they have more time, they'll take the decision next month. You want to make them feel that this is the time that they need to take the decision. You have to show them the cost of not acting now. You need to show them why they can't, afford to wait. Maybe the price is going up later, maybe the spots are filling out. Any kind of urgency, which is a real urgency, not a fake urgency, should be used throughout your promotion in order to help them to take action. Because human beings are inherent procrastinators. If we are given 12 hours to do something, we are going to stretch our time for, we're going to do that. We're going to literally stretch our time, and we're going to do that work for 12 hours. But if we are told that hey, you have a deadline, you have to do this in 3 hours, then we are going to be productive and take the decisions faster, and be quick about our work, and take and do what's required. So that's why human beings need some urgency to act, and it has to be part of your marketing. Okay. So I hope that this was valuable. These are all the psychological triggers that we discussed in one single slide. You can choose from these, and you can start sending your emails. So ideally your emails should have all of these, but sometimes your emails will have some of these and not all of these, depending on what kind of offer you're running, what kind of business you have. But overall, these are the major psychological triggers that you do need to hit upon if you're trying to sell anything to anyone. Okay. All right. Moving on. Now that you've understood the psychological triggers that have worked for me, for my clients' campaigns over and over again, I wanted to show you an example of a best performing email. This particular email got 9 calls booked. We were selling a high ticket program. It was priced at some $1,000. And this particular email got 9 calls booked just from one single email. So that's crazy. That's amazing, because 9 people decided that they were really interested in investing, and they booked a call to know if this was the right fit, right? So what did we do? What worked for us? We addressed a false belief that the target audience had. So they would believe something that they would always say. It was kind of an objection that was stopping them from taking action. It was kind of a false belief too. And so we highlighted exactly that in the subject line and throughout the email. So the program was basically about, like, the thing that we were selling was basically around personal branding and all of that. And this audience believed that hey, why do I need personal branding? My work should speak for itself. So that was the objection they had in their minds, and we straight up identified that objection and used that straight up in our email, in the first sentence and throughout the entire email. So my work should speak for itself. A lot of people believed that, so they got quite interested. They opened the email. Then we handled that with examples, and then we showed why your work is not speaking for itself. You do need visibility. You do need personal branding, right? So that's how you identify. That's why this is actually one of my favorite kinds of emails, and my favorite kinds of, like, psychological trigger, to write up, address something that is an objection in their mind and is stopping them from taking action. It can be a false belief, it can be a fear. If you can address that, and give them examples and why it's not serving them, that's like a light bulb moment for them. It creates a mindset shift in their minds, and then they become even more interested in what you're offering. Okay. So moving on. Now, quickly, I wanted to walk you through some of the pro inbox tips that I have for you, so that your emails don't get lost in the inbox and you don't land up in spam. Okay. So psychological triggers, of course, you have to remember. And whenever you're launching something or opening doors and closing doors, I mean, you have to go through that entire thing. But in general, when you're sending emails on a daily basis, and you want to stay connected with your audience, and you want to like send say 3 to 4 emails a week, then how do you what things should you remember so that your emails don't get lost? So this is my power formula. I have used it in all of my clients' marketing campaigns, and this works beautifully. So I wanted to share this with you. The power formula says relevancy, storytelling, and strategic CTA. These are three things mainly that you need at a high level in any kind of email. So um, let me walk you quickly through these three things, and if you can include these three things in your email, it sounds so beautiful. It is written strategically, and it also drives action. So let's also like dive into this and also see some examples. Storytelling. So again, as we said, the first thing is storytelling, second is relevancy, and third is strategic CTA. So storytelling, you need to tell relatable stories from your own life, or your own life's anecdotes, your community screenshots, your client stories, basically anywhere that you're feeling inspired from, you can write a story about that. Usually it would be stories from your life, or from your, say, some customer saw like a beautiful transformation with your product, then you tell the story of that customer. You make them the hero, tell their story. So anything that basically you can somehow link with your brand, you should be telling stories about that in your emails. And you should also be definitely attaching visual proofs for that, attach screenshots for that, to actually make the email even more enticing, even more beautiful to read. Right? So storytelling, super important. Relevancy, and stay with me because I'm going to show you some quick, really cool examples as well. Relevancy. So now, storytelling is great. Yes, you're telling stories, but you also have to sort of combine it with relevancy, which means what is happening right now. What is happening right now in your life? If you're a personal brand, it would be about your life. But if you're a company, or an organization, then what's happening? What's an event that your organization is hosting? Or what is a product that you're launching? What is, you can show the behind the scenes. Or maybe you're doing a new book launch, or there's a program that you're finishing up. So anything that's happening in your world or in your company right now, you pick something relevant, something that's happening in the moment, not something that has happened before, but something that's happening right now, and share that with some element of storytelling. Okay, so pick events that are happening right now, to keep your customers, to keep your target audience on the edge of their seats, so that they keep having interest in your brand. It's really like, telling a best friend about everything that's happening currently, like everything that happened today in your life, right? Just calling up a best friend and telling them everything. So pick events that are happening in the moment. Pick events from latest news trends, and share your hot take or unique philosophy around it. So anything that's happening, the government has, brought about a new law, passed a new law, and then you want to talk about it because it's something that's affecting your industry, and you have a unique take or philosophy around it, or you want to educate your audience about it. Pick that. It's great, right? Something that is happening in the news right now, it's trending all over on Instagram and everywhere on Twitter. Talk about that if it's relevant to your industry, right? So relevancy is very important if you want to really keep your audiences at the edge of their seats and really be interested in what you're saying. Combine relevancy with storytelling, and you have a beautiful email that people would love to read. So let's see an example, and of course you want to like strategically have a link to your offer or your product, or something, some call to action that drives them to your the product offering. That's how you basically craft a well written strategic email, and let's see a quick example of that. Justina, please let me know if you're able to see my email screen, because I just jumped off that page. Is
Yes, I can.
it visible? Okay, great.
Yes,
Thank you.
I
So I wanted to show this quick example. Now, I love reading this person's email. She's Alex Catoni. If you want to, learn more about email marketing, you can even subscribe to her emails. You can just type Alex Catoni on Instagram, and you'll be able to find it. But what I wanted to show you is, she's telling a random story about, first day of December from New York City. She went to the New York City, and she wanted to share something cool about that. And then she has a pic with her bestie, and then she's talking about Christmas. And so this is She basically has a personal brand, and then everything that she's talking about here is very personal to her, experiences, ice skating, cocktails. So this really doesn't have anything to do with her business, but then she finds a way to link it to her business, and let's see how. So she tells the story, and then she says, I'm so happy about this weekend. Wow. And then she says, wow, speaking of fun. So it says, it feels so good to let go and have some fun. Speaking of fun, I just wrapped down the inbox challenge. And then she talks about what's happening currently in her world, in her company, in her organization. What are her clients saying about the program that she just wrapped up? And then she's beautifully transitioning into this new product that she's offering along the same lines, and then she has a link to that. So can you see it's non-boring, it's not salesy at all, it feels very personal, it feels like you got an email from one of your friends or something. It even has a personal picture, and then it beautifully transitions into talking about her program. And of course it has visuals, so it is not too wordy as well. So you would like reading something like this, because it is well spaced, it is visual, it is less wordy, and plus it is, she's not being super salesy about it. So this is how. So can you see how those three elements that I was speaking about? Storytelling, yes, check. And then relevancy, yes, because this is a program that's happening right now. And then she's sharing a screenshot from what people are saying while going through the program. So yes, relevancy, check. And then strategic CTA, check. Okay. So these are the three elements that you do need to craft any email that gets you action. Okay. So I hope this example helped you to understand everything that we spoke about in some of the previous slides. And I would really highly encourage you to sign up for some of the email lists of people that you admire and see what kind of emails they're sending. Because what you will learn from reading those emails would be me telling you, and then you actually going and reading those. It's two different things, right? So I would definitely encourage you to sign up for some good email lists and do read some good high quality emails, to get, so that you can get some inspiration for your own emails as well. Okay, moving on. So yes, already I showed you the writing style to some extent. So space out your emails well, make it skimmable, easily readable. Don't make it long paragraphs and no space to read, because people literally have very short attention spans. So make it as easy for them to read as possible. Add visuals, but don't overdo it. Write like you're talking to a best friend. Add humor, make it fun, add your personality. Avoid using overuse of salesy words like discounts. And you can even use some free tools. There are some free tools that you can Google, and you can run your email copy through that tool to see if it does not have too many spammy words, because that tool will basically show you that, okay, this seems spammy, this seems spammy, so you can reduce some of those words so that you can avoid landing in spam. Okay. So again, I wanted to show you some quick examples of some emails that I really liked recently. Okay, so this is from Go High Level. Maybe some of you already know Go High Level is a all-in-one marketing platform. So now they can be like super corporate about their emails, but they're not being like that. So if you read the subject line, it's like, my wife says the Spanish version sounds amazing. So can you see that, this sounds so like personal. This does not sound like it's coming from a company. And basically here they are writing something that one of their customers told. So there's a screenshot as well. So one of their customers said, so they're basically highlighting a feature from their platforms. It's an AI employee feature, so they're highlighting that. And then the screenshot is like super personal, like the subject line is super personal. So even though this does not have a lot of storytelling, but I still wanted to show you that sometimes you can send smaller emails, provided that it's interesting to read. Then again, let's go and see the second example. Okay, so this is an email that I wrote for one of my clients. My shopping fast. So see, we are again not talking about, hey, 20% discount, buy my offer. No, it's very sounding very personal. I have an emoji also to make it even more personal. And then this is the email, and here I have I even like personalized and put their name over here. So this element of personalization. Then again, I have a screenshot of my client because she went on a shopping fast. She did not shop anything. She repurposed everything. So I'm telling a story about that, and of course with a visual element. And then of course I'm like, seamlessly transitioning into the offer, the thing that I'm selling. So I found a way to tell the story, and then I transitioned into the thing that I'm selling, and there's a strategic CTA over here. Okay, so I did not make the email super salesy. I made it a little bit of storytelling, and then of course, because I was running this promotion for this thing, this event that we were promoting, so I beautifully transitioned into that as well. Okay, so this is the second one, and then quickly let's go through the third. Okay, this is again from Alex Catoni, and she's again telling, "You'll never guess what my Uber driver said to me." So this is again something strange, something funny that her Uber driver said to her, and that she has this entire story about that. And can you see, literally up until this point, she's not selling anything. Like there's no buy my offer or anything. But here, she again then seamlessly transitions and she says that yes, I received this strange compliment, but then I really believe in this, and this is the philosophy I believe in, right? And she makes it humorous. Sorry. So she
Sorry.
adds her personality, and then she transitions into talking about her offer. She has a YouTube video, and then she, links that. So that's what I mean by combining storytelling and relevancy and strategic CTAs. Because you have to sell. You can't, write an email and not have any CTA. You have to link some things and you have to sell. So it's super important, but the important thing is how you do it, right? So how you do it, what's your approach, how you begin the email, how you make it interesting. Okay, I hope this was super valuable for you, and you can derive some inspiration from these examples for your next email campaign, and also from the psychological triggers that I shared with you. Subject lines again are super important. So I wanted to tell you some of the subject lines you would have already seen, like I showed you in the past examples. Keep them curiosity inducing, right? Because this is like one of the most important things. If your emails don't get opened, nobody's going to buy from you. So keep it short, punchy, curiosity inducing, and add a preview line. Preview line is basically something that you would see over here. Basically, um, the thing that you see over here. So, uh, like this is your subject line, and then the thing that follows after the subject line, you're also able to see a little bit of teaser over there as well. So you can even make that interesting, to ensure that you get high open rates. And yeah, okay, I have some subject line examples here as well. So you can see like these are short, punchy. Some of these even have like emojis, and my brain is literally bursting. So there's like, okay, curiosity inducing. Okay, wow. So I would like to know what is happening, right? Then this one says you don't have to do this alone. So there's like a nice, kind, warm email, very unapologetic about this. So again, curiosity inducing. Oh, what is she unapologetic about? So people will, click and actually want to read what is there inside. So you can see a lot of these are very curiosity inducing and short and to the point, not too long. So that's how you want to write your subject lines. And yeah, for the sake of the time, actually I can't go deep into other things, but I hope that you got value out of this session. I also wanted to quickly highlight the top two mistakes that people make with email marketing. Number one, again, they ghost their audience. So they will send emails when they want to sell something, and then the rest of the time they literally ghost their audience, right? And that's not how it works. So someone recently said this to me in an IG live that I was doing, and I loved it, so I've written it down here as well. Be a gentleman when you're sending emails. So be consistent. Don't go on and off with emails. Like set a frequency for yourself and then stick to that frequency. So you can have a frequency of 3 to 4 or 2 to 3, whatever is a comfortable frequency for you, and then make sure that you are sending emails in that frequency. Don't be on and off with your emails. Don't only talk to your audience or only send them emails when you have something to sell or when you have a launch going on. keep them engaged throughout the year, and then when you have something to sell, when you have a launch, they would love to actually buy from you, because you gained their trust throughout the year as well. And then the second mistake that people make is they use AI to write their emails. So I mean, don't make this mistake. AI's output is as good as your input. So you need to tell AI your stories, as I showed you in some of the past examples. AI could have never churned it out, because it's your stories or your client's stories. It's very personal to your world. So make sure that it's your stories, your client's results, your personality that you're infusing. And then, of course, you can always ask AI to refine your initial draft. Okay. All right. Wonderful. And we are approaching the end of the session. So, now I would open the room for any questions and I would love to answer. So, Justina, if you could help me in, picking the questions. Oh, I have some beautiful comments. Okay, I'm going to see the comments now. I've got my share as well. All right.
Okay. Thank you so much, Preet. It's been really amazing. Like the knowledge, the value, and everything you shared is super, super amazing. And thank you so much for sharing all that value with us for 100% free. Super amazing. And for questions, I can't see any questions for now. Please, if you have any questions, do drop them in the comments, and Preet can respond to them. All right. We don't have any questions for now. When they do come in, I guess we'll respond to them. So that was super amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you. And so before we wrap things up, I'll just do a quick recap. So the things we went over email marketing, how it is a powerful tool, and as well as the stats. We also discussed the psychological triggers, 12 psychological triggers that, you know, for high converting emails, right? We also looked at the strategies to stand out in your inbox, and the formula for writing great subject lines, and super amazing. So you can always rewatch this video right here on YouTube to um, just to get the info right. So, and as promised, Preet has some really, really nice freebies for us, and I'm going to be sharing them right here. So, do well to grab it while you can. So, here you go. Also, to implement everything that we've learned, of course, you need an email marketing tool to be able to do all this, to send your emails, monitor your emails, analytics, and things like that. And we have Value Mail, which is an email marketing software for you to help you do that. So I'll go over and share a bit about the software. Just make it real quick because we're already running out of time. And yeah, also as promised again, we have some discounts available for about 40% discounts available for the attendees of this webinar. So I'm going to be sharing a link shortly where you can access your freebie. Right. For now, let me know when you can see my screen so I can share a bit about us and what you can do with the platform. Coming right up. Right. Please help me confirm if you can see my screen.
Okay. Not yet.
Okay. I guess I have to. Okay. I guess it's up now, right?
Yep. I can see it now.
All right, thank you so much. So, about Value Mail, as already mentioned, it's an email marketing automation platform where you can, write your emails, automate your emails, and send your emails with high deliverability, right? So here are some of the things or some of the features available on the platform. Here you can manage your mailing list, right? You can segment your lists, import your list, export lists, and build your campaign. Basically collect leads using the platform, right, and having them on your list. Okay, that's a lot of L. So you can manage your email list using our platform. Then we have the email automation feature that allows you to automate emails as much as you can, right, with different triggers and with analytics to monitor the performance of your emails and everything in between. So automation, which is also available unlimited. Detailed reporting, that is your analytics to monitor click-through rates, bounce rates, open rates, excuse me, and all that to keep track of the performance of your emails, right? So you have your email templates builder. We have a drag and drop email templates builder that allows you to build your emails without any coding knowledge. We have the integration section that allows you to integrate value mail to your website for your pop-up forms, for your pop-up forms, embedded forms, and we also have you can also connect to other platforms using APIs or webhook. And we also give you the opportunity to add your own servers in case you have your own email sending server. You can use that platform to manage your lists and campaigns and everything, but you have your own email sending server for sending emails. So Value is an all-in-one platform for your email marketing needs and excuse me, yeah, for your email marketing needs. So uh, um I guess that's, give me a second. So that is all about value mail, and you can ask us any questions. If you feel free to reach out to us to ask us any questions you have about email marketing, and you know. So I'm still checking for questions. Okay, Susan has a question. How do you know a false belief of the audience? So, Preet, that's a
Yeah.
question for you.
Yeah. So Susan, that's a nice question. How do you know a false belief of the audience? My recommendation here would be to really stay in touch with your audience through different platforms. Like stay as close to your audience as possible, because when you stay close to your audience, for example, you have a community where you actively engage, or you have a social media where you ask for engagement actively and respond to DMs and everything, or you're already sending emails and people are writing to you about some of the struggles they are facing. So when you actually consistently do this over a period of time, or even if you're going on one-on-one calls with people, right, and they will tell you what they are struggling with, then you will be able to identify some false beliefs that they have. Make sure that you make a note of it, because there's so much that's going on and then you might lose track of it. So if anytime you're coming across a false belief that you think that, oh, this is something that people in my community just believe, but that's not true, right? So make sure that you make a note of that, and when you stay close to your community, to your audience, you will be able to find some of these things, and then yeah, then you would be able to use that in your marketing. I hope that helps.
Thank you so much, Preet. Susan, your question has been answered. Do you have any other question? All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Preet. And do well to follow Preet on social media. We'll be dropping her links in the description of this video, right? So when you watch this video, you can get her links. Or Preet, you can please tell us your social handles so that they can go ahead and follow you right now.
Yeah, it's Preet Kaur Marketing on Instagram.
All right. So please go ahead and follow Pete. We'll also be dropping the links to follow her, you know, on her socials, and reach out to her for email marketing services and everything in between. So yeah, I believe everyone had a great time because I did. I really learned a lot and looking forward to implementing everything I've learned from Preet today. So thank you so much everyone for joining and thank you Preet. So I think we'll call it a day. Preet, do
Thanks,
you have
Justina,
anything
for
to
having.
say?
I had a great time too, and I hope that everyone who attended was able to was did find this session valuable, and they can always come back to it. And yeah, feel free to follow me on Instagram. Again, the handle is Preet Kaur Marketing. I'm pretty responsive on my chat on my DMs as well, so you can hit me a DM if you want to ask any question post this session. And you can also book a call with me if you're looking for my email marketing services. And the link is Justina's already dropped it in the chat section, so feel free to check that out as well.
All right, thank you so much. And do well everyone to follow us on social media. Value, right? Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, okay, now X, LinkedIn, Thread, basically on YouTube here as well. So do well to connect with us. And yeah, thank you so much.
All
Bye.
right. Thank you. Bye.